Welcome back, everybody. This is the Uncharted Vapor, and today I'm bringing you a review on a product that was sent to me for the purposes of review. So what we're going to be talking about today is going to be the Veego80 by Nevoks. So with that, we're going to take this, bring it down. I'm going to show you what comes inside the package, give you some more information, bring it back up on top, and give you my pros and cons. Alright guys, so here we are down low on the Veego80 kit. So as you guys can see, this one was sent to me by Nevoks with my name on it. So let's go ahead and open it up after we show you with some stuff one side. I have been messing with it a little bit just to play around, test it out, etc. So adjustable airflow system. So here you go. Let's get that to focus. Adjustable airflow system, SPL coil technology, NX chip, accurate and safe, Type-C fast charging. On the side, 510 adapter is included, which allows you to put an RDA or a tank on it. And these are the contents in the package. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and dive on inside and show you what comes inside the package. So we're going to open it up. Here's the Veego80. This is the brown. I don't think they mark it on here. Oh yeah, they did. Vintage brown Veego80, which is listed right there as it focuses for you. Alright. So this is vintage brown Veego80, the tank. And then you can see the tank just pops off. And there's your connection. Your connection on your coil is right here. Strong magnetized to go in. It is a 18650 battery. So let's go ahead and put a single 18650 battery. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see how it has a plus sign. That means positive down. And we'll go ahead and then tighten it up. It is spring loaded, so you're going to put a little pressure on just to get it to tighten up. Alright, so airflow adjustment ring is right here on the side. So you're going to hold your tank because you remember this is adjustable. So just move your airflow ring to get your airflow, and then you can adjust your tank so that way you can have your airflow setting where you want it to be set. Okay, so if you quarter, now I have it, you know, perfectly aligned the way I want it. Now this right now is loaded up with the last bit of flavor I had. As I said, I was using it. And here's another little nice touch, which is a shout out to Veego for, or Nevoks for, which was this. They actually engraved my name on the device itself. So thank you, Nevoks. Shout out to you, both Freya Zane and Sparks from Nevoks. And shout out to Carl Design for sending this out to me. And then on the back strap, used to have their logo. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up too well, but there it is, Nevoks. It says Nevoks in the brown leather. Really nice feeling in the hand. 5 clicks to turn it on. Says Nevoks. It is an 80 watt device. No, 60 watts, sorry. And round robins back to 5 watts. So the coil I got in here is good up to, I think it was 45. So let's go up to 40 watts. Fires rather quick. Flavor on it is really good, I'm not going to lie. So there's that. Let's show you what's in the rest of the package. Pop off the top. Open up the cover. Alright, and this is what you're going to get inside of your package. You're going to get the 510 adapter plate, or 510 adapter, whatever you would like to call it. You're going to get the user manual. How to fill and a caution. It says push pod while adjusting AFC ring. Okay, so it tells you what to do. And battery safety as well, showing not to have torn wraps. This is the warranty card, so you put your information in for the warranty. A USB Type-C cable. And I think, and I got 2 extra coils in mine, I think. How many coils are supposed to come with this thing? I might have thrown one in by accident. Yeah, I did. I forgot. Nevoks actually was nice enough and they sent me some extra coils, and they also sent me a spare tank with it as well. So thank you, Nevoks, for sending all that out to me for the purposes of this review. So with that, it was very nice of them, not only for sending me some additionals, but also sending me out an extra tank just in case I needed it. You know, just in case something, I guess, happened, or I cracked it, or broke it, or something. I don't know, but all I know is I got a spare tank, and it doesn't look any different than the one I have. So shout out to them for the fact they sent that out, and it's very much appreciated. So let's go ahead and put all this stuff back in side of here, and we're going to go over a little bit on the mod itself. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then we'll do the final, you know, closeout up top. So put all that back in here. I left all the coils out and stuff, so whatever. Close the box up, close that up. Actually, I do need one thing out of the box. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake. I'm so excited to show it that, you know, I forgot to take something out of the package that I needed, which was the 510 adapter. It's a part of the review. Things happen. So inside the package is a 510 adapter. So let's go ahead and go over this real quick. So down low, you can see the tank easily pops off. You set your tank off to the side with a coil. You're going to take your 510 adapter. Okay, so I'm going to show you something. So something I noticed on this. I'm just going to go over it to give you some understanding. This is a knock on the device or anything. It just gives you some basic a little bit more information. The device itself has a 4.2 volt cutoff. Okay, so what that means is it only runs the voltage of the battery. It's not set up. Now, that could have been corrected simply with what they call a booster chip, or a it's basically like a little mini capacitor that could up the voltage range inside of the device, which usually is only a couple bucks and is really small, and it would have fit in here. So let me show you what I mean. So this here is built around a 0.2 ohm build on top of the Alpha RDA. So we tighten that down. Let's go ahead and open up the airflow on the top side. Alright, where's your airflow? There it is. Alright, there we go. Where's my coils? Oh, over there. Okay. So let's bring that back over. Alright, so there's the coils. So I can't use this RDA. You see that? It's designed for a 22 millimeter. Alright, so my 22 millimeters are put away at the current moment. So, actually, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. Everything I have is a little bit big, but I'm going to show you something. So, this here is my Integra. This is a 22 millimeter RDA, okay? And it's one of my favorite RDAs, one of them. And I run them 22 millimeters for flavor, and it slips right in, no problem. 4.2 volts, it's got it set at voltage, 1, 2, 3. RBA mode, so now we're back in RBA, so we're in power. So let's up the power. So now in the RBA mode, we can go up to 80 watts. And it's reading it at a 0.98. Let's drop this back down to where I would normally run this build, which is around 19.5, 20 watts. It's not giving me the vapor production normally I would get at 19.5 watts off of this device. The reason being is the cutoff is limiting how much voltage can come off of the device. The device itself is not bad. It's a very good device. If I had an RDA that was smaller, I could show you what I mean by it. Nevoks, this is not dumping, this is not smacking you, okay? So don't take it that way, because I'm very, very pleased with what you sent me and what you did. I'm just going to show the difference between a 4 volt cutoff and an 8. Alright, this is, guys, you can check this on one of my other reviews. So same atomizer. Okay, what I'm going to do is right on camera, so I'm going to take the 510 off. I'm going to switch it over to this one. This is the tech mod that I reviewed on previously. You can check that out in the link above. Okay, so we'll screw this down. We're going to take the same battery we're using, so no one can say that, hey, it was because your battery or anything like that. I'm using the exact same battery. We're going to do the exact same thing. Drop that in. Turn that down. 5 clicks. 19.5 watts. 0.98 ohms. Okay, so watch this. You see the difference on ramp? That's an 8-volt cutoff. Much more vapor production comes off of it. So that's the only difference on a voltage cutoff. When you cut off at 4.2 volts, you want to stay, that's why their coils, you know, around 0.12, 0.17, and then the 0.6 is designed for like salt nick, and that's probably about as high as you want to go, and you can build something around that zone and be okay. If it wasn't for the ledge right here where the firing button and the switch was here, it would have accommodated probably a little bit larger of an RDA, but that's okay. That's nothing to knock off on. It's just their device design, and it actually is very nice looking. I am definitely going to give it to them for that. There's no issues or quarrels with the design of it. The knurling on here is very smooth. It does not cut into your fingers. You still grip it, so it's very good. Then you can just take your tank, set it down. It says push down to adjust the airflow, but what I learned is just hold the tank and you can adjust your airflow either way. Now I believe I am using the 0.12 ohm coil. Yes, I am. So yeah, so this is why. So let's go ahead 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wattage mode. 1, 2, 3. Voltage mode. 1, 2, 3. RBA mode. RBA mode unlocks a full 80 watts. 1, 2, 3. Watt mode goes up to 60. RBA mode does 80. And voltage will run up to 4.2 volts, allowing you to run your voltage. Now, basically on my build, it will run an ohm out to roughly around 5.1 to 5.2, maybe 5.3 volts. So that's why it takes longer to ramp up. So with that, you know, this coil is good. It's set up to 50 watts, so let's go up to 45. See? Fires perfect. And one thing I'm not going to lie about is the flavor that comes off of this is tremendously amazing. Let's get this thing out of here. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about anymore. That was just a show. The flavor on this, 100% amazing. I definitely will give it to them. And I cut the airflow down too low, so boom, there we go. Let's open it up some more. Gets a little louder. Close it down a little bit. You see the whistle as it gets a tighter airflow. Open up more. And you get flavor and clouds out of it with their coils on this thing all day long. I'll give that to them all day with it. So guys, it's that simple. 3 clicks will get you into your next setting. 3 more clicks goes to the next setting. 3 more clicks to the next setting. So under wattage mode, you get 60 watts. Under voltage mode, 4.2 volts. Under RBA mode, you can go to 80 watts. Okay, those are your 3 main things. So that's a good safety feature, but one thing I wish it was better on is locking the voltage out, because if I can lock my voltage, it's a little bit better. That would be, you know, that's just a personal thing, is being able to hold both buttons and this locking out, you know, because I'm holding it and no, nothing. So that's the only thing. So now it'll fire again. There was 160 hits on this coil already. That's how much I was using it, you know, just letting it set, trying to test it for leaks. testing to see if this thing was going to drop out by letting it set for a week at a time. And guys, there is not a drop of juice left inside this well, so very good job on the design of this coil and the sealing system on it. I got no moisture from it, and I think that's just an amazing thing. So big shout out, big good job on this. It's definitely a mod I do like, and I can see using. The other nice thing is too, you can adjust your or swap out your 510 with your own 510, because it does have the O-rings on the outside versus the Kenny style, so you can put your own 510 drip tip on here. So yes, 510, amazing to be in the package with it. Just remember to build below a 0.6, so around a 0.2, 0.3 ohm builds, which, you know, they send you 0.17s, 0.12s, and you're going to be perfectly fine. Make sure you go to RBA mode to get to the power level you need to be at to get into that zone, especially running a dual coil. And that's about it. So with that, guys, a shout out to Nevoks one more time for the Veego80 and having it personally customized with upside down with my name put on it in the vintage brown. I love it. Thank you so much. So with that, guys, that's all I got for that. Wanted to touch bases on just the voltage cutoff on it. Showed you the basic features of it. Showed you how to reset your puff count, which is the up and power button or the fire button at the same time will reset your puff counter, and the down and fire button will lock your mod. So you just hold them down for 3 to 5 seconds and 3 to 5 seconds on either way. So that's really simplistic how it is. As far as markings on it, just says designed by Nevoks, made in China, with the CE logo and Nevoks on the back. No over branding. Veego80 on one side, my name on the other. So definitely very classy looking, very nice looking, and something that is definitely worth picking up if you're looking for a good pod. Nothing wrong with it at all that I can see. If you're a low builder or you like to have that little bit warmer of a vape, there you go. But most of my juices that I run, I'm running around 40 watts anyway, so having it with that 0.17 coil or 0.12 coil and running it around 40-45 watts would be very good. This is good for freebase e-juice as well, guys. The wicking ports, if you look at that coil inside, you may not be able to see it so well, but if you see, let's go ahead and see if I can get that to focus. The wicking port is right here. It's a little dark, but that's the wicking port. There's a big square for it to wick, so you don't have any issues with wicking on this at all. I never experienced a dry hit. So other than that, guys, nothing else to go over with this. So we'll take it back up on top, give you my final pros and cons, and we'll go from there. So thank you, and I'll see you guys up top. Alright, guys, welcome back up on top. Here we are talking about the Nevoks Veego80. Alright, so amazing mod. Down below I showed you some of the characteristics and technicalities of the mod itself. Up top I'm going to give you my pros and cons on those technicalities, such as the voltage cutoff. Voltage cutoff. Most mods have ran into an 8 volt cutoff category. There are some mods now that are coming out that have a 4.2 volt cutoff. All that means is if you're into 1 ohm or above builds, like a mouth to lung user, or you're used to having salt nicks in your pods, I'll give you an example, the Feeling Pod, then this device will take a lot longer to ramp. If you're a long dragging mouth to lunger, really extremely tight, and that's okay with you, sure, go for it. But I know most people like me, 19.5 watts, 1.3, 1.4 ohm builds, and I'm around 5.3 to 5.6 volts. It's an easy thing to do inside these. It's all it is. It's a little capacitor. It's like a buck booster. Buck booster is basically what they kind of call it. And all it does, it ups the voltage inside of the mod to make it hit a higher voltage. They're not that expensive, maybe $5, a little piece that could have gone inside. But that would be the only real con that I have on the device, is the cutoff at 4.2 volts. With that, the only other thing that's subjective personally to me is not being able to lock my wattage, because I like locking wattages on devices. So that way I don't accidentally up or go down, especially when I'm using an OCC, because if I go out and I'm maxing my coil out but I know I have more room to go up, I don't want to accidentally hit a higher wattage to burn it out. So with that, I actually like the device with, you know, easy to remove pod, comes with a 510 adapter. I showed you down low some information on that. And the flavor that comes off this is amazing. This is the last bit of the milky cereal I have from Flavory. The milky cereal, I think I said it. Now I've said it twice, I think. It's only at 1.17. I thought this was the 1.2. I could be wrong. No, 0.17. Max of 60 watts. So I'm sitting at exactly 40 watts. And the only other con I have for this device is going to be when you draw the device down to say make the airflow tighter, it's going to whistle loud. Watch. That produces a warmer vapor, more dense vapor, but it gets a little too noisy for me at that point. So I have to open it up, you know, a bit more, so that way that whistling kind of goes away. So that's another little con I have, is the way the airflow gets really turbulent inside. But other than that, overall device aesthetics, perfectly good. The knurling on the top cap for the battery cap, perfect, love it. The ability to put a 22mm RDA or RTA inside of it, perfect. The 3 power mode select abilities, perfect and easy to use. 3 button clicks of the power button, 1, 2, 3, voltage, 1, 2, 3, power, 1, 2, 3, RBA mode. RBA mode is what you're going to use when you use the 510 adapter. Other than that, power and up button is going to be your puff count reset. Reset that every time you change a coil, so then you can track how many puffs you're getting out of a coil. The power button, or the fire button, and the down button together, held together for around 2 to 5 seconds, or 3 to 5 seconds, will lock your mod. So it completely locks it, so you can't change your wattage, can't hit your power. And that means if you take it, you left the battery in, and for some reason you decide to throw it in your bag, it won't fire. So that's it is. But for battery safety, always remember, either take your battery out or loosen the cap up, so that way the mod shuts off completely when you do it. So mine doesn't want to do it. So on this one, it's just, I would recommend just take the battery out, because with that spring load that they got in here, if you guys see this, it's spring loaded, so it's always going to push the battery. And the reason why it's spring loaded is because 18650s come in different sizes. Sometimes they're different size of a battery, and that's what gets you to there. So rating device between a 1 through a 10, I would give this device a 7 to a 7.5 overall rating, because of the way it functions, the ease of use, the looks, and the aesthetics of the mod. The only con I have for it is the 4.2 volt cutoff. That's all I have on the con side of this device. So suggestion only as a personal, it's please next time maybe even make a V2 of this, or come out with another one. Put a boost bug chip or something in here to make the voltage go up to around 7 volts to 8 volts. And then if you have another setup like this, you would have one of the probably the best SBSs on the market right now, side by sides, that looks very elegant and unique. This antique brown leather, perfect. So with that, guys, thank you, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next review.